Boosted by a solid crowd and the support of the cross-country team, Central football managed to storm the Thunderbirds, defeating GFW at home on Friday, September 25th, for homecoming by a 35-7 margin. Central came into the game at 1-4 on the season, looking for a key win to get back on track. GFW proved to be the right matchup as Central raced out to a 23-7 halftime advantage. The Raiders moved the ball well on their opening drive as Kellen Erpenbach finds Bryce Panning for a 5-yard gain to the 46-yard line. From the GFW 46, Zach Mahon picks up a few yards down to the 42, but a later sack ended the drive. With GFW backed up, Gustavo Munoz is nearly picked off by Bryce Panning on second down. Then on third down, scrambling in the end zone, Munoz is pressured by Zach Schnabel, who forces an intentional grounding penalty for the safety. The Raiders led 2-0 with 5:25 left in the quarter. Taking advantage of the short field, Zach Mahon gains 5 yards to the 1-yard line, setting up a Tim Wolf touchdown for a 9-0 lead with 2:41 left in the first quarter. The Thunderbirds put together a drive though as Munoz pitches to Angelo Metzger, who finds some space but is tackled by Sam Furman at the Raiders' 44-yard line. Later, it's Munoz who keeps it from the 21, getting 4 yards before he's met by Zach Hyland, Andrew Hoyer, and Furman. Picking it up in the second quarter with GFW still driving, Angelo Metzger bullies forward for the 7-yard touchdown to cut the Central edge to 9-7 with 11:54 left in the half. Back on offense after a big kick return, on fourth down from the 25, Tim Wolf gets the pitch, finds the block, and rockets past the defender for the score. The ensuing kick made it 16-7 Raiders with 9:58 left. The Raiders kept up the pressure on D as Angelo Metzger races outside and is met by a host of Raiders at the Central 48. On fourth down, Zach Hyland, Zach Mahon, and Sam Furman search past the line for a sack, giving the Raiders the ball. Hyland then ran in the 45-yard touchdown on the first play, making it 23-7 with 7:54 remaining in the half. Blake Harmland comes in to make the hit on the ensuing kickoff. The Central defense then forced a punt and some penalties ensued with the Raiders at 1st and 32. Looking deep, Erpenbach fires incomplete for Bryce Panning down the sideline. On second down, Erpenbach looks long for Tim Wolf. The defender was flagged for pass interference. Then on 3rd and 6 from the Raiders 49, Erpenbach passes to Panning, who sprints, changes direction before getting down to the 23-yard line. After penalties led to a punt, Gustavo Munoz passes long and Kellen Erpenbach picks it, returning it all the way to the GFW 20 near the original line of scrimmage. Central wound up turning it over on downs, and GFW made a push getting into Raider territory before the defense pressured Munoz for the final play of the half. Central went into the break up 23-7. Picking it up in the third quarter, Munoz keeps it and is met by Blake Harms and the Raiders at the 38. Munoz wound up getting injured on the play. The defense then forced a punt, and Central took over with Erpenbach finding Bryce Panning for a gain down to the 32-yard line. With Erpenbach looking for Panning again, pass interference is called. Erpenbach later passes to Zach Schnabel, who falls across the GFW 40-yard line. On second down, Zach Hyland then gains a few yards down to the 34. Then from the 32, Hyland gets a block from Tim Wolf and races untouched for the touchdown. The score made it 29-7 Raiders with 5:40 left in the third quarter. The Raiders' defense continued to dominate as Bryce Panning makes the tackle at around midfield. Mitchell Schroeder in a QB, the Raiders' defense forces an incompletion leading to a punt. From the central 30-yard line on first down, Tim Wolf runs left, cuts it back, and races for the touchdown. The score, the last of the contest, puts Central up 35-7 with 4 minutes left in the third quarter. Strong defensive pressure preserved the lead as Sam Furman makes this tackle on GFW's next possession. With Munoz back in at QB in GFW and Raider territory, Blake Harmland comes up to make the stop at the 40-yard line. Furman then beats his man and makes the tackle for a 3-yard loss back to the 43. Both teams went scoreless in the fourth quarter, with substitutions coming in about midway through. The final from NYA, Central defeats Gibbon-Fairfax-Winthrop for homecoming 35-7. Now 2-4, the Raiders close the season with 2 road games, starting with Lester Prairie on Friday, October 2nd. Reporting for the Norwood Young America Times, this is Adam Greenewald.